Hello YouTube, this is Matthew, and today I want to talk about my an internal struggle that I've been having, and I've been having for I would say a couple years now, and that would be my suspicion of liberalism and the representatives of liberalism in the educated white establishment. I say that as someone who, comes from I say that as someone whose background is firmly planted in the worldview associated with the educated white liberal establishment. I'm not the son or grandson of a politician or anything. No one in my family is in a position of power. But I would say I grew up around people who had internalized, who had willingly internalized the opinions, attitudes, biases that have been the opinions, attitudes, and biases known as American liberalism and the policies associated with it, especially as enacted through the Democratic Party. In fact, I am a registered Democrat. But I frame this video, I guess, as a internal struggle because I think there's a certain... I think the white liberal establishment is, to put it frankly, contemptible. I think it's full of lies. I think it's full of deceit. I think it's full of what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's full of a self-congratulatory attitude, an attitude of like, oh, we're truly the good guys, we're truly on the right side, we truly have it figured out, we are the protectors of the oppressed, we are the guiding force that protects the poor from the rich. We really care about the people, and we are truly in touch with the people. And that last comment, of course, is complete baloney. Anyone really, or a good bit of the educated white liberal establishment is not in touch with the poor at all. And I don't think that's just my experience. And I'm not the first one to say that. I'm certainly not in touch with the poor in any real way. I've lived a good bit of my life in a bubble, and I've been able to do that, partly due to my family's economic standing. But at the same time, I see the cracks in that, in the white liberals' worldview, and I see the, as I said earlier, the fundamental dishonesty of the white liberals worldview. I feel like I probably bring up Slavoj Žižek way too much. And there's plenty to criticize about Slavoj Žižek's work, but his argument that ideology is a way of understanding the world, but also a way of protecting yourself from the world, applies very it applies quite well to liberalism. I don't think. I think there's a lot of. I think there's a lot of good ideas in the classical liberal tradition, which might be where I struggle some. But if Bill Clinton is a liberal and Hillary Clinton is a liberal and Barack Obama is a liberal and Joe Biden is a liberal, then I reject that. Liberalism has kind of accepted the neoliberal new order. And I don't mean to put that in a conspiratorial. I don't mean to phrase that in a conspiratorial way, but that's just, I think, a fact of a fact on the ground. Even Bernie Sanders, who I was a supporter of, I didn't do anything to help him, which I should have, and I regret that. But even Bernie Sanders, or even AOC, even the Squad, as they're called, I see flaws in their worldview. I see flaws in their political tactics. You can even level criticisms at them. You can even say they are, if not part of the problem, they're at least not able to or willing to do what needs to be done to stand up to the powers that be. Now, I can't really get over the idea, and maybe this is something I'll change my mind about, but I still think AOC and Bernie Sanders are better than Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, and certainly better than Donald Trump and George Bush. But I can't get over the fact that, we don't live in the comfortable, or I can't live in this comfortable liberal illusion anymore. We're facing different struggles. We're in a different time period. We're just everything really is. We have to reevaluate. We have to go back to the fundamentals. We have to reevaluate most of everything we think, honestly, in terms of the economy, in terms of politics and government, and family and morality. I truly, I'm repeating myself, and it drives me crazy that I'm repeating this and not doing anything about it. I need to really get involved more. I want to get out of this bubble. I'm a college student right now, so I'm really attempting to kind of establish myself in the world. I'm attempting to educate myself, to learn as much as I can. My hands are tied, I guess, in that sense. I don't really want to, go fight the fascists in the Middle East right now. I don't want to do that. I don't even think that's not even really my skill set, so I couldn't do that. Or fight the fascists in Europe, for that matter, or other parts of the world. I don't know why I said the Middle East specifically. But part of this has to do with maybe the documentary that my friend Keegan and I watched and did a few podcasts on, that Can't Get You Out of My Mind by Adam Curtis. I think it's subtitled An Emotional History of the Modern World, and that's a very good documentary. I would recommend people watch it and then listen to my and Keegan's commentary on it. But Adam Curtis shows, pretty explicitly, this is the world, this is how he sees the world, this is how he thinks we got there, and it's not looking great. But somehow people are still in this 20th century mindset, even though we're in the 21st century and we've seen certain changes and people have accepted certain changes, we're still in this old-fashioned mindset, we're still in this 1950s kind of mindset of the dream, the American dream. You want a wife and 2.5 kids and a picket fence and a nice big house and a car or two, a nice pleasant family. They have family game night on Friday nights, and the husband might go out with his friends at the bar every now and then, and the wife will have her knitting circle on Thursday evenings, and the family represented in the sitcom of the 1940s and 50s and 60s. That time's over, and everyone knows it's over, but nobody's willing to give up. Especially the liberals. Especially the liberals aren't willing to give up the illusion of prosperity, the illusion of equality, and the illusion of the American dream. It upsets me, and it upsets me that people are willing to lie to themselves and willing to lie to others, and I've lied to myself for a very long time, I think. I'm just now, I feel like I'm gaining my senses to some degree, or I feel like the man who's, having felt like he lost his faith feels like he gained his reason, to steal a phrase from Christopher Hitchens. Another example of someone who really fell into certain biases of the liberal establishment, although he kind of although he was a neocon in later years. Even neoconservatives, even conservatives. Conservatives are part of that paradigm, part of that the liberal conservative paradigm. They agree on a great deal. Republicans and Democrats aren't that different. They each grew out of, and they grew out of the 20th century mindset, and they're stuck there. And the powers that be are trying to keep us stuck there, trying to maintain the status quo. And I don't think it's working. And the liberal establishment, and the New York, and the liberal media, it's and certain public intellectuals, they're going along with it. They're convinced, they're either delusional or malicious. I'm not sure which. I don't know. I'm just at a weird place in my life where I'm kind of questioning my fundamental belief system, or questioning the fundamentals of my belief system, of my worldview. At some level, it might be why I'm turning to philosophy. I mean, I've kind of been interested in philosophy since high school, middle school, high school, but I'm really thinking a lot more about philosophy and thinking less about external matters, economic matters, political matters, because I'm really I want to get at the issues that are most fundamental to human existence. And then I can expand, and then I can look more into economic policy, and then I can look more into political, or to make, like, I can look more into like certain political positions, certain, laws. I want to look more into history. I want to learn more about history, because if you truly want to be a political animal, or if you truly want to engage in politics, you have to engage with history. You have to think about history. So yeah, I want to be a man of action. I don't want to be an armchair philosopher, as I've said to multiple people. But at first I need to be, before I can, become a man of action, I think I do have to kind of be an armchair philosopher. Well, okay, that's an incorrect phrasing. I don't have to be an armchair philosopher, but I do need to be, I do need to think. I need to be a thinker before I can be a man of action. And I don't think the liberal establishment really, encourages thinking. I don't know. I mean, and I say that, and of course, a conservative could watch this video and be like, yeah, liberals suck. Vote Donald Trump in 2024. And I think Republicans are equally, if not more, delusional. I mean, and I'm attacking liberals here, I guess, because I share a lot of the ideas of mainstream liberals, or at least I have in the past, and I want to see, like, where do the liberals go right, or where do the liberals go wrong? What are the liberals correct on? What does it mean to be a person of the left nowadays? Am I a person of the left? I generally still consider myself a person of the left, but, the other day someone asked me what my political kind of ideology is, and I said social democrat, and I was like, damn, I'm not actually a social democrat. I was just kind of saying that. But then I was like, I said that because, like, well, am I a Marxist? Not really. Am I an anarchist? Not really. At the moment, I'm kind of lacking, I guess, an overarching ideology. But as I said, it's this continual struggle in myself, because I'm still fighting, my mind is fighting to retain a lot of these liberal biases. And I'm like, no, I don't like this liberal bias. I don't like that liberal bias. But it's also the liberalism is where I learned, I began to engage with politics from a liberal perspective. And as I said in one of the first videos on this YouTube channel, I can, I'm not, like, ashamed of myself, like, oh, I used to toe the liberal line. I used to listen to NPR. I'm a terrible person. I don't know why I was doing this weird, this weird voice. But I'm not being like, I'm not trying to berate myself. I'm not trying to be like, you're a bad person. You believe this, you believe that. You should feel bad. But at the same time, I can't, I don't necessarily believe what I believed anymore. I don't necessarily believe what I used to believe anymore. There's no real good way to end this video. There's no real good way to end this discussion, or there's no good way to wrap up this topic. This is a continual topic that's evolving, and I'll probably make more videos about it in the future. I don't know. Whatever I am, I don't think I'm a liberal anymore. Or at least I don't want to be a liberal anymore. I don't know. Even social democracy, I could even see social democracy in Europe kind of giving way. But then it's like, well, am I a monarchist? No, of course not. Am I a Marxist-Leninist? No, of course not. Am I a neocon? No, of course not. Am I an ANCAP? Am I a libertarian? Am I a Republican? I mean, no. I have some sympathy towards republicanism, small r, not the Republican Party. But I see issues with republicanism. I see issues with every ideology. Then my mind's like, I can't win. I think too much. You just gotta pick an idea. Sometimes I think to myself, Matthew, pick an ideology, run with it, do some stuff with it, see what happens. But I can't bring myself to pick that ideology and just go with it, because I feel like I'm just wasting my time. I mean, so it's like, again, I'm stuck in this liberal mindset while being extremely critical of that liberal mindset. But I guess maybe I guess you have to start somewhere. You have to start with where you are in any given moment. And maybe you don't want to be where you are in every given moment. Well, then you got to change. But first you have to understand where you are before you can change. First you have to understand, why you thought something before maybe you can abandon that idea. So at some level, it's also a bit of self-knowledge, before you can understand politics, maybe you have to understand psychology. I don't know if anyone, I was going to say, I don't know if anyone would find this video helpful, but this video, as all my videos, this video is for me, as every video I make is for me. But maybe someone did find it helpful, and if they did, I'm glad. I needed to get this rant out of my system, so I feel better now. Thank you for watching, and I think Monday's Memorial Day, so have a good Memorial Day, and take care.